guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are digging this makeup here, this is part of my 3 looks using 3 different palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills for New Year's Eve. And of course you can wear these looks wherever you want. I'm obsessed with this look. Really digging this whole like silvery cool tone, cat winged eye smokiness with this super glossy lip. So if you guys want to check that out, I will put it up in the cards for you guys so you guys can check it out for yourselves and hopefully recreate this look. I hope you guys did enjoy that video if you guys did watch it. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about the best makeup products in 2018 in my own opinion, allegedly. I have been doing this video for 2 years now. This is my 3rd year doing it. I did 2016's best products, then I did 2017's best products in a makeup tutorial form, and because that video took me so long last year, I decided this year I am not going to be doing that and I'm just going to be talking to you guys about my favorite products because I have a lot of them. Let's just be very frank here. I'm sitting in front of my vanity and my whole entire vanity just looks like it just threw up and it's just on there. I'm not going to make this intro too long because I have so much crap that I'm going to talk about. Well, it's not crap, it's stuff that I love, and I definitely want to know if you guys end up staying to the end, if you guys ended up liking any of these products in 2018, or what were your guys' favorites, because I would love to check them out for sure. So the first product that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is my favorite face primer of 2018. This actually came in my BoxyCharm. This is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. This is the best primer for really blurring out the pores and making you look super flawless. I only really use it on my T-zone and on my on my cheeks here, on my nose, and like on this little area where I have a little line, just to make my foundation look really smooth. And I've been using it for a while. I don't even remember which box it came in, but I have barely even made a dent in this primer. The next products that I discovered in 2018 are my brow products. So these are 2 brow products that I absolutely love. I definitely will say they're not as good as the Anastasia Brow Definer, which I think is probably my favorite because it fills in my eyebrows so easily and so effortlessly. The only thing is that it brings such little product and it's so expensive. So maybe when it's on sale again, I might end up picking up another one, but these 2 are pretty close. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil and I am in the shade Medium Brown. So this one is a retractable roll up fine tip eyebrow pencil. I like this one because it's not really waxy and I can really detail out my eyebrows. I like this more when I need to get my eyebrows done because I can really do the shape of them a lot more precise than with something like this. This is the Maybelline Brow Temptation, and this is actually my second one in both, I believe. So this one retails for I think $5 and I think this one is like $6 or $7. I'm in the shade Soft Brown with this one. It has this really tiny little spoolie right here and a bunch of my eyebrow hair. Then it kind of looks like the brow definer in the sense that it's like a triangular shape, so it's nice for whenever my eyebrows are already like done and don't look ratchet. But when they're looking really crispy and crackety and just need to get done, I don't like using this one because I feel like it just makes them even fuller. And I don't know, I prefer this for when my eyebrows need to be done, and I like this one for when my eyebrows are already done. And both of them are drugstore, which I do like because they're a little bit more affordable. Eyebrow pencil is something that I feel like you go through very often, especially if you do your eyebrows every single day, and to have to spend $25 or whatever, however much the brow definer is after taxes every month, it can, you know, start adding up. So I like the fact that these are a little bit more affordable and I feel like they bring more product than the brow definer. So that's that. Then I wanted to talk to you guys about my favorite category. I tried to keep this to a minimum because you guys know that I love eyeshadow palettes. So these are some eyeshadow palettes that they came out in 2018, which I think all of them did, if I'm not mistaken, and that I've been obsessed with. So let's start with whatever. I'm really going in no particular order here. I'm just going off of whatever's on top. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Cherry. I was very hesitant on picking this one up, but 3 looks using this eyeshadow palette. But this palette, guys, is so freaking good. Like, it's probably the best Urban Decay eyeshadow palette ever. It definitely put Urban Decay back on the charts for me and definitely piqued my interest in Urban Decay again. So this is definitely a must-have for me. It is a little bit more on the pricier side, but I really do like it. Another one that I really liked this year that came out this year is the Kathleen Zodiac eyeshadow palette. So this one looks like this, and it has a mirror here. Every time like I think about all of the Colourpop eyeshadow palettes, which I have all of them, I know it's so like, when I think about it, I'm just like, oh my god, Colourpop. But anyways, every time I think about the Colourpop eyeshadow palettes and which one I think is my favorite, I always think about this one. Even though I've only used it like maybe 4 or 5 times, I haven't really used it as much as I would like, because Colourpop just continues to come out with so many eyeshadow palettes, and I have to try all of them, of course, because I'm a blogger. That's what we do. I like reviewing makeup for you guys and telling you guys what's good, what's not. Honestly, I love all the Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. I think that they're all really great, but when I think about one that's most versatile, that I think I would use very, very often, that I really want to use more of, I think about this eyeshadow palette. Because even though a lot of people said that this was not a wearable eyeshadow palette, I beg to differ. I think this is a very wearable eyeshadow palette. It has some pops of color, but honestly, I feel like the colors in here, you can make something very soft and wearable. You can make something very dramatic. You can make something colorful and playful. I feel like this is such a small palette, but it's very powerful and you can do a lot with it. And I love the packaging on it. It's very, very nice and sleek. So this is definitely one of my favorites from Colourpop this year. Another eyeshadow palette that I am obsessed with, and I did do a review and tutorial on this one when it came out, is the Huda Beauty New Nude eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like. So this is probably my favorite Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette that she's ever come out with. I do like the other ones too, but this one, when I used it, every time I've used it, like, I get so many compliments on my makeup. People are just like, oh my god, it's so pretty, whatever. And it's so basic. Like, you can do just the most basic looks with this, but you can also like kind of build it up too. And these freaking shimmers, she needs to come out with more of them. I don't know why I'm like yelling right now, but she just needs to come out with more of them, because these shimmers are the freaking bomb. Like, they're just so good. I'm just gonna swatch 2 of them just to show you guys. Look at that freaking crap, man. That has no like primer, no base. I didn't wet anything. That's just the freaking eyeshadows. Like, it's just, they're so good. And this concealer shade, she needs to come out with this like in a pot, because this little concealer shade here is probably the best like concealer to cut out your crease, because it's just so nice and thin but still very creamy at the same time. And I feel like you just get so much more control with this compared to other things. So I did get the little fender blender, which honestly I feel like it's a little gimmicky. I don't know if it's maybe the shape that I don't really care for too much. But this eyeshadow palette, I know it is pricey. This you can always get with the Sephora sale whenever they do have it. Or if someone gives you a gift card or something, this is an eyeshadow palette to consider. And yes, there have been 2 berry eyeshadow palettes, and the next one is a berry eyeshadow palette too. And I'm not even gonna front about it. So I know Lime Crime has had bad rap before in the past, but this Venus XL, so I have the original Venus eyeshadow palette and I used it a few times, and I thought about getting the Venus 2 and the Venus 3, but then I saw that Ulta started carrying Lime Crime and they had this eyeshadow palette, and at first I was like, I don't want that eyeshadow. I don't know what pushed me to get this. Maybe it was because I had Ulta points and I had 5 times points, and you know, like, things are on sale. I had a 20% off coupon because Ulta stays sending me them, because they know that that's the way to my heart, is coupons. Something in me just made me buy it, and I'm so glad I did. This is what it looks like. Yes, it is another berryish toned pinky eyeshadow palette, but I love this eyeshadow palette. Like, I think out of all of the ones that I'm going to talk to you about, this is probably the best quality eyeshadow palette that I have. Yes, it is on the Huda Beauty price tag, but these eyeshadows, first of all, the palette is way bigger, and second of all, these eyeshadows are way bigger than the Huda Beauty ones. Just for reference, of course, the packaging is super cute. It's gold, so I'm all about that gold life. But I love this eyeshadow palette. It is just stunning. I feel like you can make so many looks. Yes, they are very similar in tone, the looks that you can come up with, but I just love them. And I loved how pressed, the way that these eyeshadows are pressed, because I feel like you really can build on the eyeshadows and they blend out so easily, but they don't fly all over the place. And they're just super, super pigmented. I'm just going to swatch this one right here because I keep staring at it. So it feels kind of dry and powdery, but look at this. Like, they're just smooth. I know that that doesn't look like it's smooth because it skipped a little bit there, but that's just because of my skin. But they're just very smooth, and it blends out like nothing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You just, if you're looking for a good like berry toned eyeshadow palette, I recommend this one out of all of them. I don't think this came out this year. I don't remember, but it might have come out last year maybe, but I did pick it up this year, so that's why I'm saying that this is an eyeshadow palette from this year. All right, so then the next eyeshadow palette is another one that came out this year, which I was so excited for, mostly because the packaging was to die for. So this is the Kylie Jenner times Kris Jenner eyeshadow palette. I forget what this one was called. I don't remember if it was called 10% or if it was called something else, but it's super cute, has her face in it, and then it has a little 10% in the glasses. And then this is what the inside looks like. So all of the packaging had like little quotes from her. So one of them is, I have one word for tonight, vodka. And these are what the eyeshadows look like. So this is the first like eyeshadow palette that really got me into cool tones, because before this, like, I was like all warm tone, all like pinkies and whatnot, and I was like, cool tone, what the heck is that? But this eyeshadow palette really helped me kind of venture out of my comfort zone, and it is probably the prettiest cool tone eyeshadow palette ever. And this is one of my favorites. This is in the shade called Haters. Looked like this. So this is really pretty white with like a bluish gold iridescent. It was just really pretty, and I just wanted to throw that out there. And also Impressed was another one that was really stunning, a really nice pretty taupey shade right there. And they're just super pigmented. Honestly, I think that Kylie eyeshadows are really great quality. They are a little bit more on the pricier side, but I feel like they compare to like Anastasia or like Violet Voss, like it's like that type of quality. And this was one of the first cool tone eyeshadow palettes that I really liked this year. And the other one, which I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today, is a new one that just recently came out, and this is the Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like. So it has a bunch of cool tone eyeshadows in here, a lot of pretty shimmers, and this really bright random pop of color, but I really like it. You guys can see it's kind of like in the center of my eyelid right there, just to kind of do something a little different. But this was an eyeshadow palette that I really liked a lot, but I really do like a lot, and I was just really impressed and shocked that I like this eyeshadow palette so much, because I was so hesitant on it, and even like looking at it on camera, it looks really boring, but when you actually play with it, it's really nice. I really like it a lot, and I highly recommend it. Out of all of the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, I think after Modern Renaissance, which is of course a cult favorite, this one is a good one. And I know I did see a lot of people did get it for Christmas, so it's definitely a good one. I really love it a lot, and I see myself using it more often. And then the last two eyeshadow palettes, the first one is the Violet Voss Flamingo eyeshadow palette. So this is a colorful eyeshadow palette. This was their summer collection. So I really like this one just because it was so fun and bright. I didn't get to play with it as much as I would like to. Other companies like Colourpop kept coming out with so much crap that I could not keep up with. So this was one that I really want to play with more, and I definitely think I will be reaching for a lot more when I'm doing any colorful looks. It definitely has a really strong summer vibe. Like, you open it and this is just summer that threw up, but I feel like you can still get some nice wearable looks. And I like the fact that they include a matte brow bone and a black eyeshadow. And then the last one, which I did do a review on this, and for some reason it is my most viewed video, but thank you guys for watching that video. I didn't think it was gonna even be that big, but I guess a lot of people just haven't been doing videos on it. But this is the Morphe 35V palette, which this was one of the eyeshadow palettes that came out during the like fall time. So this is what it looks like. So they had the 35M, which I do like it a lot, but I don't think it would be one of my favorites. And then this one, which has more like blue tones, and it is really pretty like smoked out blue eyeshadow look with this. But this one I just really like because it has a variety of different colors, and I think I said that in my review too, that this one I feel like is the most wearable out of the two. Yes, you have your rows of blue, but when you cover up those blues, this is a neutral eyeshadow palette. So I really like this one a lot. I feel like it's very wearable, but you can still have some fun with this one. I have used it quite a bit already, and I just see myself reaching for this one the most. Just be very careful because the new packaging is very dangerous, and I have stabbed myself a few times. Those were it for the eyeshadow palettes. Some like other, I guess you could say, eye products that I've really been enjoying is a new product that came out from Colourpop. So these are the Jelly Much eyeshadows. So these are two shades that I really like a lot. I like anything that's iridescent and duochrome, and actually these are very similar to one another. This is Once in Floral, and this one is Morning Light. So this came out with the holiday collection. It has the really pretty orange packaging that matches, and then this one is, it's just, I have to swatch it for you guys because this is so cool. This one, like, look at it. It looks like it's red, but then when you tilt it, it looks like it's green, but then it looks like it's gold, looks like it's orange. Like, it's just so cool. I'm just gonna swatch it right here for you guys. So it looks like it's just a red, but when you like move it in certain angles, it looks gold. I don't know if you guys, if the camera's picking it up, but if you move it in certain angles, it looks gold. In certain angles, it looks red. Like, looking at my camera, it looks like it's red, but then when I look at it from this angle, it looks like it's gold. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how to show you guys what it really looks like, but it is just the coolest shade ever. And I was surprised that I really liked the Jelly Munch eyeshadows, because when I first picked up some of them, I was like, meh, whatever. But as I continue playing with them, these just make, like, for the easiest eyeshadow looks, they really add a lot to them, and you can do so much. I did use a lot of them in my Colourpop Chasing Rainbows eyeshadow palette. I use them in different ways, so you guys can definitely use them in a whole bunch of different ways. Another notable mention are the Ulta Glitter Tears. They did come out with new colors this year. The old ones have been discontinued, but the new ones are really nice. They came with this really pretty, like, pinky light champagne color, and then it had a rose gold type of pink color and a silver color. So I love these. These just really make any look really pop. They're super affordable. I think they're like, for all three of them, they're like $15, and then you can use a $5 off coupon at Ulta and get them for 10 bucks. That is how you do it. So I really love the Ulta Glitter Tears a lot. They're something that I use in a lot of my makeup looks. I sometimes forget to mention them on my Instagram post, but I do love them a lot. And then the last product, of course, is from Colourpop. And these are their Supernova eyeshadows. So these, I talked about them last year, and they did come out with some more this year. They came out with this one from Kathleen Lights, which is called Astrology, which is this really pretty, like, old gold type of shade. It's just so stunning. It is not showing up on my hand. It is a really, really pretty color, and it just really adds a like pop to the look. And then there's also the shade Prelude, which I don't know if it is available still, and then Now or Never, which is another one that I really like a lot. Like, it gives you that metallic sheen, but then it has glitter. It's just, anything with glitter is my thing. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. Okay, so another product that I really have been loving is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, which when I first got this, I got it in the wrong shade, so I didn't really care for it that much. But then I got it in the right shade because it was finally in stock, and I love this so much, guys. I hate Tarte Shape Tape. I know that's such a curse word in, like, the beauty community, but for me it's just too cakey. It's too drying for me. I feel like this gives nice coverage to the under eyes, but then it also makes it look like skin still, which I really appreciate. I do love the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, but for some reason it does not like my nose area, and this concealer does. So maybe it's like the new formulation of the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, because I am on my second tube and this one just is not working like my first tube used to. But I still do use that concealer every now and then. It's just not a favorite of mine. And plus, this one is a lot cheaper. They do have the big size, which I can't find it on my vanity. That's what I'm looking for right now. It's somewhere in this, like, hot mess. But they do have a jumbo size, which is 3 times the size of this, and it's $10. The Colourpop No Filter Concealer is $6, and this one is $6 as well. And then for foundations, a foundation that I really have been loving, that there's so much controversy around, but I don't care because I love this. And I don't know what possessed me to want to try this foundation. I think it's because I saw it at Ulta, or Sephora, I mean. I tried it on and they actually had my color, and my color is like, it is, until recently, has been a hard thing to find my color in a foundation, and this one matched me like perfectly. It leaves my skin so freaking flawless, so smooth. It's so lightweight. I absolutely am obsessed with this foundation. One pump is all I use, and I like the fact that they have the little tray here, because then I don't have to put it on the back of my hand. But this tray is kind of hard to clean, especially right here in this area. This foundation is a little pricier, so I will let you guys know about that. I know some people are still upset with Beauty Blender, even though they did make some more darker shades. So I do agree that yes, brands should be inclusive, but I am that person to totally forgive, because I'm sure that the person who the owner of Beauty Blender probably didn't mean to offend anybody and thought that they were doing the right thing, only to come to find out that they were missing some shades. And they came out with so many. They came out with 40. How are you going to get that wrong? I get it. I totally get it. But I definitely think if you are okay with getting past that, that you guys should try out this foundation. It gives you this really beautiful, like, semi matte, almost like velvet finish to the skin, and it's not really drying at all, which I really like. Another foundation that I've been obsessed with, which I'm surprised because this is my first stick foundation and I actually really liked it, was the Colourpop No Filter stick. And I did do a comparison with this one and the liquid, and I ended up liking the stick better. It's in the same exact shade, and I really like this a lot. It gives me the coverage that I want, and a little bit goes a long way. This one is also a little bit cheaper than the liquid. I think the liquid is 12 and this one is 8. So I do like this foundation a lot. And then something that I was kind of hesitant about mentioning, because I just received this like 2 weeks ago, is the Thrive Buildable Blur CC Cream, and I am in the shade Natural Beige. So how I've been on the fence about getting this, because CC creams is something that doesn't really tend to match me. They don't have my shade in it, but they have a lot of shades in this CC cream, and this CC cream is a little pricey too. It is $30 something, and I was like, well, because It Cosmetics has a lot of CC creams, but I cannot find one that matches me perfectly. It's either too ashy or too like orange. What I did was I used the little like shade matcher on their website, and you can also email them, and I think either email them or like contact them and they can help you find a shade for you. But I used a little matcher. I think I matched it to like my MAC foundation or something like that, because they did put more shades in the shade matcher, and it told me that I'd be the shade Natural Beige. And I was shocked that this actually matched me. This is what I have on my face right now, and I have been obsessed with this. Ever since I got it, I have not stopped using it. I think this is like my 5th or 6th time using this, and I love it. It does not break apart on my face. It is very lightweight. Like, it feels like there's nothing on my skin. My skin looks like skin. It feels like skin. I really like it a lot. I have tried Thrive Cosmetics before in the past. They actually sent me stuff a while ago when they were a smaller brand, and I'm not on their PR by any means. I would love to be. So if Thrive, if you are watching this, holla at your girl. But on a real note, I really like this a lot, and I like the company a lot because with every purchase they like give back to women who are like dealing with crises, whether it be like cancer or like put in shelters and stuff like that. They give makeup to women in need. And it's not that you ever need makeup, but I don't care what anyone says. Every single woman, if you've ever put on makeup just gives you that boost of confidence you need sometimes. And especially when you're going through something like life altering, like dealing with cancer and having chemotherapy and losing all of your hair. I've never dealt with that, thank God, but I have family members who have, and I know people who have, and I can't even imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and not being you anymore. So having something to fall back on like makeup, as silly as that sounds, it can make you look like you again. So I love the fact that they stand for that. I love their products. They have great quality products. They are a little bit more on the pricier side, but I think that they're worth it, especially because they are giving back. I definitely will repurchase this in the future. I love this a lot. It's probably my new favorite go-to. And then the next product I wanted to talk about is a product that is kind of powder, but kind of not really, because this is what I use as my foundation. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I'm in the shade Medium Deep. I know it's crazy, but I do use this as my foundation a lot of the times, and I just like kind of like that lightweight finish to my skin. I don't have the most perfect skin, so I conceal like crazy when I use that, but I just like the finish that it gives me, and I don't like feeling like there's a mask on me. So I like this foundation because, or this powder, because it gives me the coverage that I need, which is like a sheer medium coverage without feeling or looking too cakey. And I haven't tried it for actually setting my face before, but I do like this a lot. But what I do use to set my face is the Colourpop No Filter setting powder, and I like the shade Banana. This makes my skin look so flawless. It gives me the right amount of brightness that a little bit goes a long way. I've had this ever since it came out, and I'm not even anywhere near done. I use this almost every single day, and I'm obsessed with it. If you are looking for a good loose finishing powder, check out the Colourpop ones. They have 3 different shades in this. I like the banana one for my skin tone, so if you're like about my skin tone, I think the banana one will suit you very well. And then while I'm on the subject of powders, I wanted to talk about something that I use on a daily, and you guys have probably seen this in a few of my videos or maybe on Instagram or whatever, and it is a little bit dirty, don't mind it, but this is a beauty blender like little puff. I don't know the exact name of it, but basically I've talked to you guys about me not liking to bake under my eyes. I like to carve out my nose with a little bit of like translucent powder, but I don't like baking because I don't like the way it makes my under eyes feel. It just makes them feel very dry. So I have been obsessed with this. So this is a really cool like innovative product. It is like $15, but it's so worth it. It's really easy to wash too. So it has like this spongier side, which I don't really use that much, even though it looks like I do, but I really don't. And then it has this pink like mesh microfiber type of side, and this is the side that I use the most. So you can either use it like this to like really just get into like the cracks and crevices. You can use it with your fingers in here, which is usually how I use it 9 times out of 10. And what I like to do is just kind of put my setting powder underneath here. I use it to clean up my bake right there. I use it to set my forehead. And this little sponge, guys, is the freaking bomb. I was hesitant at first. I don't even remember. I think I found it on the Beauty Blender like Instagram page, and I was like, ooh, what's that? Looked it up on Sephora, so it was $15. Read the reviews, and every review was good because this side right here is the best. This side here sucks. Absolutely sucks. Beauty Blender, y'all need to do something about this side because it's $15 and I can't even use one of the sides. I think it's worth $10 to be honest with you, but that's only because I can only use the one side. The reason why I hate this side is because it takes off the makeup. It's supposed to be to like kind of wipe the powder off, but I feel like it takes your makeup off, and it just, I don't know, I hate it. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. So if you guys are like me and don't like to bake, this is a good way to kind of put your setting powder on underneath your eyes and do more of a dry bake. And the difference between dry baking and wet baking is the wet bake, like using a sponge or something that's wet to put your powder on your face, it's literally melting the like sticking powder onto your face, while this is kind of like more of a light dusting, so it gives more of a natural finish, and I'm all about that life. 2 other products that I really have been liking are some setting sprays. So the first one, this is probably my favorite out of both of them. This is the All-Star Setting Spray from Colourpop. I love this because I live in Florida. It's super hot, super humid all the time, and this, first of all, they fixed the little spritzer on it, because if you guys saw my video talking about the old Colourpop prime or setting spray that they don't even make anymore, that thing sucked. But this one has a fine mister, and it smells really nice too. Very, very lightweight. I love this a lot because like I said, I feel like it really does melt all my makeup in and keep it intact. And then the other one that a lot of people probably talk about a lot, and honestly I only like this because of the way that it sprays out, is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So this one, unlike doing a little, you know, squirt, you hold it, but I don't really know if this even does anything really. If the Colourpop setting spray were in here, it'd be a good thing. But anyways, and I think this is like the only one that's like this on the market, so I really do enjoy that. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and break up this video into 2 different parts because I still have a lot of crap to talk about. and I don't want to bore you guys forever. So the next part is going to be more like cheek products, like highlighters, blushes, bronzers, of course lip products, which I have a billion of, brushes, and lashes. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and definitely be on the lookout for part 2. It should be up within a day or two after this video because I don't want it to be too far apart, but it's as soon as I get it edited. So I hope you guys did enjoy part 1 of my best products of 2018, at least in my opinion, or products that I absolutely like, was obsessed with. And definitely let me know down below what were your guys' favorite products, and hopefully some of those products that I didn't mention in this video will be in the next one, and if not, I definitely will have to check them out. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.